What is going on, everybody? The microphone is so far away. Sorry about the horrendous sounds there, but there we go. What is going on? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay. It was in the 90s today. Holy crap. That does clear up nicely. I'm sorry. I had heard that myself. Let me take this out because things sound like they're fine. We'll get the volume down nice and low so you don't hear any backup sounds. And this is come unplugged. When it does that, I'll only hear out of one ear, but I had the earbud in, so I didn't even notice. So it's very strange. Anywho, here we are out in our deep desert combo base. I did make some changes. Last week we added the little room here for the cargo container. I think I don't need that door. Just made some arch changes. Nothing too bad, but definitely happy with the improvements. It's just so huge being able to go up here. I know it seems like it's so simple, but it's not. Ever evolving. Well, let's take a look at where we stand. So I shut my water off yesterday. I still have you know some filters left upstairs, but I didn't want this number getting out of control, and I wanted to make sure I had the resources here available still to make it. So that way I don't have to carry anything back. And what we're going to do is we are going to click on this, and I'm going to hit this button, and I'm going to make every bit of it so that it takes all the water. Should be 140. Now, before that, I want to make sure that we use all the water that we possibly could. This was still pretty full. We'll fill containers. And I guess we'll go ahead and take a drink. That way, I don't have to draw from it. And we're going to click this button, scroll down, and we're going to make all the plastanium. We did pretty well with this. We did go out a second time and gather several rows of each of these. If you remember, I went out and built like a little small base, and then it's a waste of time. What I ended up doing for the second run of that is I just put a little stripe of maybe 3 blocks of foundation, enough to have my cargo container sit on, 1 medium box, and the sub peep, and I didn't really care if it got damaged because it's not going to stay there for long, and that worked out perfect. So definitely the way we're going to go in the future. But yeah, that was much quicker. So that's how we're going to do it. Not even going to make a Solido for that. No point. But let's go ahead and do this. That should make the water go red. 940. Awesome. Now we're going to jump up in the air in celebration, and it's time to load up everything that we have left into our cargo container. As far as raw materials, we don't have much left out here. As you can see, we ended up doing 500 plus another 104, and we just did another 140. So we got 750 plastanium. We really didn't try to make too much of that. I'm going to split this just to keep those things done. And we're going to bring these two over. We'll take that back to Haga. Is what it is, you know? Is what it is. Let's bring you down. I guess I don't need to do this. You know what? I got to start getting my into this habit. I constantly arrange things like that. But if we just make it alphabetical, it takes care of the problems. Stop being weird, dude. This box is empty. This one should be empty too. And then this one should have fuel cells and large fuel cells in it. It's got some lubricant in there too. Very cool. I'm gonna go ahead and we're going to bring these over to our backpack. Just they're not that big. Be all right. And the rest we're going to whoops. Drop into that and 0. Perfect. Let's see, is there anything in here? There is. Oh my gosh. Well, we're not going to put all those in the backpack. It makes so many. It's worse things. And we got ourselves some fibers that we did process as well. Make sure this machine's empty. It sure is. All right, so a couple things left. This is a building material box. Going to leave that until the very end. This was some leftover spice sand. So it's going to make its way back with us. Boop and boop. And then this is what we processed. Empty here, so that's perfect. We'll just shut it off because we don't plan on using it. And here is the result. Now I've already brought 7K back. I think 6K in melange back, and we're going to be adding another 1,300. So right about 7. It's pretty good. 7, 8, 6, 7, 8. 8,500 in spice melange. That is not bad at all. Let's go ahead and drop that in here. Make sure there's no other. Now there is some spice melange already in this. This is from production stuff, so I don't want... Whoa, okay. Get a little crazy. I'm going to go ahead and bring that out because we're trying to keep it separated. That's a song. There's lyrics somewhere in there. You know what? There's something else I'm noticing here. That's what we made. This is what we took out of the system in order to build some boxes. So I want to go ahead and put that. Just so I don't get confused. That can happen. But there we go. So that's done. Now we will bring all of this over. We are too full on this. Man, I forgot about when you get out there and really start hitting spice production hard, just how much of this residue you end up having left over. So as you can see, we're at about 100 out of the 150, and this is just mostly supplies. This is stuff we've made. This is some plant fiber we picked up because we saw a bunch. It was like, oh, let's grab that. These are bodies that we brought out but didn't use. This is materials that we mined when we were out there. Some fuel cells we made while we were out here. Don't know why this dropped down there, but whatever. These guys, I guess we could put them back in because they're a little excess stuff, but we probably should just in case. That way when we come back out again next time, we have all the materials we want, although the base is built and running and this is all excess stuff. It shows you how bad I did, because it had been a while. So it shows you how bad I did at guesstimating how much we were going to need. That stuff we made, right? Yeah, because it filled the rest of it in here. Okay, that makes sense. I always like to bring out some extra just in case, but yeah, you can see we kind of went a little crazy. A little bit. The worst thing, so. But yeah. These we found, I don't remember where we found these. I think we brought our assault out and it had these. I brought these, I remember, brought these out in case I wanted to get some more time out of the generators upstairs, but I was like, nah, they'll be fine. So that's why we left them. But that's good. So 89 out of 150. The only thing we got to do is wait for this machine to finish off, and that'll be everything that we decided to bring out. It's moving really good because we got that Landsraad bonus. It's good for something, right? I'll bring that over, but we still got a few more, not much. 41 won't take long. In fact, I don't know if you know this, but you click on that and expand, in 2.5 minutes these guys will all be done. So that's good. So we're just going to talk about something else. First off, let's talk about how hot it is in this room. Damn. Second, this was the price for what we did. Oy. We did very few missions. I actually did, I think, 10 just to get this number down so that it didn't break the 35 mark, and then didn't do any missions yesterday. So we're almost back up. I got a couple loaded here, so we're gonna get those knocked out. I was looking at the Landsraad. You'll notice I've got Alexan and I'm not sure who that is. It is Taligari. Another Bloodshot Buggy Mark 6, even though I got one last time. Sure would be nice to have that one. So there's one thing that I need to get 10,000 points for. The other one with House Alexan, I've already got 2,100. It's a Focus Buggy Cutter Ray 6. I do have some of those. Again, same deal. Can't hurt to have another one. I did kind of look through this, and there's two things. Number one, there wasn't a whole lot of stuff that I necessarily wanted in here. I have put some points towards this. The Compact Compactor 6, super cool. Another thing is I need that 3,500 because I've actually never gotten the Emperor's Wings Mark 5. I was going through my researches, looking at different things that I needed, and realized that there are some things that you can get from the Landsraad houses as a reward, and that's going to help knock some of these things out of off the list. So we got to start paying attention to that. It's kind of rough. I'm not a fan of this because when I look at the research and it tells me like this stuff here, like it's an unknown item. Cool, bro. The best you can do is, okay, so I know that this is a firestorm and this is a house burst, so it's somewhere between F and H. You can look up some of these items. Now I know because of the shape that this is some kind of a focused cutter ray. Not sure which one. If you look at some of these other things, like here, looks like it's probably a focused cutter ray Mark IV, since the other vehicle parts are Mark IVs. And FO after FI. This would be the Hajira Leader John. I should have one. Let's see. Oh, I don't even have that one. There we go. Or the Hajra Leader John. So it's probably a Mark III that we passed, and then a Mark IV that I need down there. It's rough. It's rough figuring out the things that you're missing. Not fun. Some of them aren't bad. Like this is here. This is Menel's stillsuit boots, and there's the chest. So I know that I'm missing gloves and a hood. There's gloves and there's a hood. Here is Mendia's gauntlets, jacket, pants. This will be Mendia's. There's the boots, by the way. So the only thing I'm missing from that is the helmet. Some of these things you can figure out. Then you just gotta Google it and hope you could find out where it comes from, so that you know where to go and do it. I haven't had much luck. I've been trying to get these things to clear off, and I know the places I'm supposed to be able to go to get these things. Problem is there's multiple items that can drop in a chest. As you can see, I've gotten 4 of these. Never even got one of these. I've gotten 5 of the head wraps. Come on, game. We really doing this? I don't expect to get, just because I don't have this stuff that, oh, that's what'll be in there. But I've gone to this chest 10 times. I've only gotten 3 items, 5 and 4. Come on. Come on. But it does keep me doing stuff, so maybe I shouldn't be complaining. And that is how you time things. Makes me look better than I actually am. So we're going to go over here and bring this out now. We can go ahead and shut this down. Doesn't really matter. We don't need to, but I like to turn things off just to make sure that my consumed power is less than my generated, as close as possible. This base was popping out 39.75 with everything on, including the desk stills that I have. I was pushing like 37 something, and it's like, man. That was like 5%. That's not good. I like having like 2/3 usage versus generated. It doesn't matter as long as your usage is below your generated, you're fine. The issue I have with that though is, let's say one unit I messed up on and didn't put as much lubricant or fuel cells or whatever. One machine, one generator goes down, it'll blow the circuit, the whole base power's down. That would suck. So that's why I like to do the 2/3 thing, and also that's why I'm turning stuff off now. So just in case the generator does shut down, we don't have a problem. But now we have got to make our way back, excuse me, to Haga Basin. A couple other things that I want to do. For instance, I thought about this. Do I want to use the buggy again? The only thing I would use it for is maybe go out and grab like one more run of materials, get some fuel cells. Who knows? But I don't know. So I'm actually going to leave it out here for at least this run. All of this stuff we're going to leave out. Actually, no, we're not, because I don't need to have the water out here. So let's go to our deep desert transport. I'm going to leave one of them just so, if bad things happen. We need this in order to make a copy of it. And I just did a couple runs in a cave to get these guys. So they can actually stay there. Or I can just dump these into the backpack because they aren't heavy. They won't take up a whole lot of space. That's good. I already emptied out the bodies in that box. Those boxes are done. That one's empty. And this has base supplies and everything else is empty. So this will be a good run to clear everything off. That way when I come back out, I don't have to worry. But if you look, I still have almost 50. Well, I've got a third of my space left here. And I'm not going to go out for spice again. I think I've kind of had as much spice fun as I'm willing to have right now. So we're going to go ahead and break this guy down. And we're going to take that back to Haga. I should be able to get everything in one shot. Meaning I should have enough backpack space. It's going to get close though, isn't it? Some of this stuff gets heavy. Perfect. Nothing on the ground. Means we did it the right way. We're just going to pick a random box and drop all of this stuff in. That's all of them. Yep. Sorry. And then we'll go to deep desert transport, and it's actually gonna space them out if we do that. This will take forever, guys. Holy cow. Look how far down I gotta go. That's one of the most irritating things for me in this game. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I pulled a bunch of these in, and I'm just going to use that to fill up the holes instead of trying to be organizing. So what we're looking for is one of them to fill up this spot right here. There it is. So now when we drop these in, they'll pop right into place, right in the line there. And I purposefully like to start out with the chassis first, because that's the first thing I'm going to grab. That way when I go to put it back together, it's the first thing in the list. After that, it doesn't really matter. And then we'll put the rest of these douchebags in there. And now we're only up to 101. But it does save some space for the trip home. But we should be in pretty good shape. So it is time to make our first run. Normally I would stay out here another night. But I know what's going to happen if I stay out here another night for the rest of this night. Then I'll have to tear everything down after the stream, and we don't have time for that. The last time I did that, I went out, got more spice, got more stuff. I didn't have the production bonus like I do now, and holy cow, man, it was like midnight before everything finished so that I could finally break it down and go home. I had work the next morning. It was terrible. So nowadays, I've actually broken down bases on Sunday before just so I didn't have to spend the time. Just like, yeah, I can't do this. I'm sorry, guys. I have got to turn that AC on. I think there's a cat that wants in, so we can knock out both of these at the same time. Hopefully this isn't too loud. Let's see what it gets up to. Oh, no cat. Gonna get a co-pilot? Come on in, buddy. What'd I tell you? You good? You gotta look out, though. Oh, don't step on that. You gotta look out. Okay. Come on. Oh, 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 oh. Come on. There you go. On you old bastard. How you doing, buddy? Co-pilot in place, ladies and gentlemen. We feel much better. As soon as I turned that AC on, he's like, ooh, I'd like to come in now. Boop. You good? Love you. Boy. With the announcement of the server closings, we're seeing more and more first-time names here in my server, which is good, and I'm really happy about it. But we are noticing some increased loading times here and there. We'll go to a place and it'll sit for a while and it'll be like, oh, you're next in line, or there's one player ahead of you, and I'm like, okay, cool, can I just go to this blushing cavern, please? You know, can I do what I have to? This is, well, I've said before, I completely support, I understand, and agree with the fact that they're condensing the servers down, but man, I hope they're able to support it, you know what I mean? I hope their systems can handle it. Really hot. We're having hands issues. Oh, we're too low. Alright, we'll drop you right there. That should give us plenty of room to get right up in front of it. Definitely got to redesign my upper hangar here. Not tonight, though. Tonight, we just got to break some things down. But we did pretty well there. Look at that. We even got room to walk. 17 days. It's kind of scary. Usually like to keep that thing 20-something. Like I said in the description, we kind of let a couple things slide. Spending so much time out there. This box is where I put the spice my first time I came back. Yay. So now, let's put the rest of our melange. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,360 spice. Not too shabby. I'm okay with it. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here. It's weird for me because I don't normally do the alphabetical thing, so every time I take it from this location, it just... Oh, look at that. So my normal method of doing this would be to, yeah, I shouldn't be doing this. My normal method would be to drop things into either my buggy or the sand crawler, sometimes the assault, and that's how I would access it from different boxes. I should probably just leave it in the carrier. That way I can access it directly through there. And we can start putting this stuff where it needs to go. But you know what? Just wanted to see a total, but I knew it was 8360. But there we go, 8360. Let's go ahead and do this alphabetically because I'm really liking the fact that I can just sit here and do this. That's ultra convenient. Yay, learning stuff. Let's just go start putting stuff where it belongs. That would be our best course of action. First stop, medium chemical. The reason we're here is because of this box right up there. Where we have strontium fiber. This is some that I brought, or that I made the last time. Let's go ahead and scroll down until we find this. Perfect. How much do we have? 1,500. Good amount. And now we have a box of strontium mass that is completely full. Got problems, folks. Okay, so there's a bunch of plastanium in here because we brought a bunch of that back. I was loading it up and I had it in that cargo container, and I was like, man, I should save the water out here just for the spice that I'm bringing in. So I just kept the raw materials in and used that cargo container to bring them back to Haga. Used some of the water I have here, which apparently worked out really well. But now I got to get this machine empty. We'll put it in the assault, right? And I need to actually get plastanium cooking and turn some of those rubidiums into fibers. Luckily, though, got like 1.9 million water, and I can make plenty more if I have to. That's gonna be a bunch. Let's just do that much for now. Let's see, what did that do? I don't know if that did it enough. What do you think? Let's find out. Oh yeah, we're great. Look at that. Perfect. Okay. Now I gotta go upstairs and make a bunch of fibers. It's the only fault in the system I have because I use try to keep materials near the source, like wherever I use it. So for this I have this is where my silicone blocks are. I've got cobalt paste over there, and then over here, you know, there's ethereurite and flour sand and stuff like that. Well, technically this uses the masses to make the strontium fibers. The fibers are up here, strontium masses are downstairs. Probably should reverse that, but I don't know. That would probably be smarter. I could do that. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. But first, we're going to do that. Still have tons of water, and that will have created a bunch of space. I think instead of putting fibers there, I've got always room for expansion, guys. I got a completely empty box. I think that might become stiridium mass, where we can turn it into fiber, and then we'll put the fibers down here. Although fibers don't really need a big box like that, but whatever. It's worse things. Oh, I'm running around all over the place. Boy, that did not take as much as I thought it was gonna. So we had 54 that we can't fit in here. Could go upstairs and just make another 54, but I do have overflow boxes. Overflow boxes going to take up some overflow. Good enough. Onward to the spice. So in here is where I keep all my melange, and as you can see, I was getting to the halfway mark, and that kind of got me feeling a certain way, which is why we went out. Let's see if we have enough space for all of this. Or did we make too much? Alright, well, we wanted a full box, and now we got one. There is no overflow for this. Only thing I can do for now is put it over here. And we'll see if we can make use of this pretty quickly, get some room over in the other box. The more skills and stuff that we're knocking out, the faster that goes away. So there we are. Not enough to make another batch, which is good because we're completely full on it anyway. But yeah, I got another 2,000 melange just sitting in the wings. So mission accomplished. Happy. Get the rest of this stuff. Oh, I forgot something. So this box, almost completely full. See, this was stuff that we brought out, so that one's filled up. This one already had some in it, but there's no way we made enough to fill that up. We're probably making it right now. What's the matter, buddy? You don't want to be in here? No? Mrs. Rabbit is home, so he is probably wanting to go see what she's doing. Oh, hold on. Hold on, buddy. Oh. Messing up my flow, my good man. There you go. No more co-pilot. I'll try to handle it on our own. So half a box, we'll have it made. So we're going to be filling up on the plastanium as well. This box here, still full. Same thing with this one, still full. That one's full now, and this one will be once that machine is done with what all we have here. So we filled up our spice, we filled up our plastanium. What am I going to do with all this stuff? Well, the spice has kind of become a currency, especially with the skill specializations. So that's what we're going to use most of it on. I'm starting to get to the point where I'm feeling a little squirrely about my equipment. I usually don't like things getting down below 50% as far as their durability. I shouldn't say 50%. I don't like it getting down to 50. Now when I'm crafting stuff, you know, it's got that crafting bonus from the skill specialization. So, you know, 50% is still 100 durability, which is what I started out with before skill specialization. So that's still plenty of life. But having things on the verge of breaking when I'm going out there, not the best of situations. If you were watching my last stream, you saw my Dumbass got caught in a sandstorm that I paid a heavy price for. And always some kind of a shade of orange on my sand crawler. But it's the Regis container and the Regis sand treads, the dampened treads. So I don't really want to just break those things up. And there's something else I want to talk about here. If we go K, then we go G. If you look at the crafting setup, right? And you come through right here at 61. When recycling a unique item, you have a chance to recover the schematic used to fabricate that item. 15%. If I were to recycle these broken parts like the Regis container and the dampened treads right now, I've lost that schematic. If I just hold on to them until I hit 61 in crafting, which I've started working a little more on, I don't think I'm going to hit it right away, but I'll take a 15% chance of something happening over a 0. Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. So I'm going to kind of wait on that. And that's not the only thing I'm waiting on. We'll take a quick diversion as we go up here. This is where I keep my recycler. I make this sucker stays away from everybody else. When I'm in this little section, you know, we got our head in the game, because this is how you break things that you didn't want to break, which would be terrible. Yeah, honestly, anything I break, I could make another one, but I'm still going to feel like an idiot because of it. So I got 3 small boxes over here. And the first box is what I call the trash bin. This is all the stuff that I want to break down. So when something starts to break, wear out, or it's an extra item that I don't actually need, I'll stick it in here. And as this gets full, once it gets to a certain point, I'll be like, oh, let me break that stuff down. Now, I don't want to jeopardize all the other stuff that I have here. While, yes, you can keep it, you know, sensible in your head. It's strange that that's in there. But anyway, so I have this third box right here in the middle, which I call the safety shelf, and there's a couple things in here. What I'll do is everything that I don't want to get rid of, that's the stuff that I carry on a regular basis, I put in here. So I'll unload my entire inventory. That way, if I walked over to the recycler, it says, hey, you got nothing, dude, because you can't recycle equipped stuff. So I'll put everything in there, and then I will take all the stuff that's in the trash bin and then just walk right over there and load it in that machine. It's just a little safety precaution. I'd rather do this than beat myself up over breaking something that was important, because I'll do it. I guarantee you I'll do it if I don't prep this. And then right here, this is just recycled output. This is normally filled with all the things I get for breaking things down. I will let it collect up in here, and then we'll transfer it to like the buggy or the assault. And then when we take a trip downstairs, we'll empty everything out in the boxes that it's supposed to go in. But just a little thing I do here just to make sure I don't break stuff that I don't want to break. But as you can see in the safety shelf, I've got some albatross wings. These guys are breaking on a pretty regular basis. They're right around like 50%. I made these before skill specializations were a thing, so they came out at 100. And it's a little questionable whether or not I want to use these. So I thought, you know what, let's break these down. We'll put a new set on, etc. And I'm saving these until I get to that point where I had that 15% chance of getting the schematic back for them. So that's where I'll put my crawler stuff that's getting a little squiffy. But that was one of the whole reasons why we wanted to go out into the deep desert and make sure we had a bunch of plastanium and a bunch of spice melange, because when you come over here to this bad boy and try to make stuff like that, like let's say we're going to make a new sand crawler, I got quite a few treads, and I actually have some blueprints laying around too. 25 for each one of them, 93 spice melange, to making a brand new one, especially a stronger one because my skill level's up higher, be a little pricey. So I think what we're going to do is go on a spending spree after this. We're going to replace some equipment, some pieces of vehicle parts that we need. See if we can get the most out of them. It'll be a little bit stronger and a little bit better for the next time we head out there. That's why we're doing it. And in the event that I do replace everything that I don't want to keep, and we still have extra, you know what? Always go to the market. You always go to the item exchange. This is my fancy stuff box. This is all the crazy things that you collect as you go through. Any newer players that are watching this are probably super amazed at how much craziness I have. I just don't use enough stuff. I play a whole lot, and I don't use the stuff that I'm collecting. That's my problem. Again, we could sell it. I don't think there's anything in here that would go in there. No. Alright. My thought process for whether or not I wanted to make another run in my buggy was mainly for this box right here. Right by my base, there are 3 fuel cell drops. It'll take 30 seconds to go collect them all. And that would fill this box up. Between making fuel cells for vehicles and grinding this up to make like the lubricant stuff, seem to go through fuel cells much quicker than I thought I would. It's not uncommon for this to suddenly get low. So that's what I was thinking. Here's a problem for you. This is my spice residue storage box. This one didn't have anything that I could put in it. So this is where I started putting it. I don't need 2 boxes of this. Spice residue is one of the funnier things that you get from processing. At first, you're like, oh, I need to go get spice so I can get some of this, so I can make some filters or make some, whatever I gotta make. And you're hurting for it. And when you first start getting it, you're like, yes, that's what I want. That's right. So then it gets to a certain point where you're just, I can't use it fast enough. It's one of the only things that, this and salvage metal are the only things that I've ever willfully dropped out in the sands and let Arrakis have it. It's just too much. Alright, so we got a vehicle, some cells, and that. And more fuel cells. Oh, we got bodies. Bodies are going to go right over here. In this box. This was completely full. We did some damage to this bad boy. We didn't make any here, I don't think. Oh, wait, no, I did. I put 4, 6. I filled all these up and was making water through it when we started getting a little low. As you can see also, that many death stills definitely pushes my my power limits. I think we might look into putting another spice build generator or 2 in the base just to keep that power on. I like to be able to have everything running. I don't want to have to not do something because I don't have enough power. I'd rather have excess power right now, if that were the case. So this box, unfortunately, is only half full, but it's met its limit. So we have an overflow box, which is already full of a bunch of stuff. You don't belong in there. Why are you in there? Oh, I know why. Because you're already full over here. Okay. The overflow is actually overflowing. There we go. Okay. So we'll drop you in there, and then we will go back to the assault. This is what usually happens. I normally save you guys from seeing all this. This is what I usually end up doing after we get back from a full week in the deep desert. It takes a good while to sort everything completely out. Alright, so we just got a vehicle and fuel cells. Quite often when I would come over here, I was robbing fuel cells out of these boxes. So I'm going to go ahead and refill these. And then we'll take a look at how much we have in the cargo containers still. I guess that'll have to be okay. Okay. So this first box is where I usually like to put any of the vehicles that I'm going to take out there. When I bring the buggy back, we'll go back downstairs and we'll assemble it. But we're not going to have a sandcrawler running around Haga. So that's in there, and I'm also going to dump all of these excess fuel cells just because that way when we head back out again, we will have a full supply. How much is in my backpack? Oh yeah, I still got plenty in the backpack. Okay. So that's good right there. One of these boxes is going to have a bunch of decaliters in it. Here, Johns. Or not. It's okay. Boop. So that's all that's left. I can live with that. That's where they are. I got my old carrier wings before I switched over to the rock carrier wings. Fun times there. If you're ever full on water and you have nothing to make, fill some of these up. That way, if you do go out to the deep desert, build a base, you can pop them in. Man. Last thing is this. How are we doing here on fuel, by the way? We're at 94. I'm going to leave it in that container. So at this point, we would be heading out there to break the rest of that base down and collect any of the stuff that we need. What's up, Gur? What's up, buddy? You're the first person to chat. I was starting to wonder if things were broken. Good to see you. So now, you know what? I gotta say, it was a great week out in the deep desert. I don't know if it was just me or if it's a change in the game, but the worms did seem a lot more agitated. It might be because there's more people out there now. I don't know, but I had so many close calls. I've had 3 or 4 patrols lifted me up in the air. I did have one little mix-up with some players with a little griefing going on. But other than that, it was okay. I did almost get eaten. It did zoom back as I was lifting off. And that was me just being cocky, thinking I had more time than I didn't. There was a 2-day period where none of the large fields were popping. I didn't understand that. We did most of our work on mediums. We did hit some. Sorry, I wonder if that makes you guys yawn. That'd be hilarious if it does. Um, but did hit a couple larges. One we were alone for most of it. That was great. Another time we had one person there. That was kind of cool. I don't mind sharing spice fields with people, especially the largest, but we do have to be careful. You know, too many and bad things are going to occur. I was on one of the fields and had a guy fly up and he was like, "Hey, let me know when you're done there." Because he didn't want to start hand compacting while I was crawling. That's super awesome. But we did well. We visited the islands for titanium strontium twice. Loaded up on that. We got full boxes now. All good. Just got back home from work. Oh, man, I've been home for a couple hours now. Got home, took a shower. It was like the best shower ever. Boop. All right, so what are we doing? Well, I've got at least to knock out these two here. So we're going to go do some Landsraad stuff. And then, like I said, I kind of went through here and I didn't see too many things that were worth. I have a Mark V. I'm pretty sure. Let's check. I'm pretty sure we've done the Mark V. This would be 6, so this would be 5. Yeah, Mark V cutter rays. It's the 4 and the 3 that I need, which I don't think I get from here. But like I was saying, I think I'll have to go through and actually, make a spreadsheet or do whatever to the items that I can get through here that I still need to collect. There's not many of them, though. It's weird because, like, moisture sealer. Be like, what is that? I mean, it's actually a knife, but sometimes it's hard to track down what you have, what you're missing. I did not sleep well last night at all. Did you ever have one of those times where you lay down, you go to sleep, and then boom, you just like wake up, and it feels like it's been 5 minutes? Buoyant Reaper Mark V. That seems like something I would need. Let's go check that. That was my night's sleep last night. I laid down and just as we... Okay, I got one. Just as we drifted off to sleep, it was time to get up again, and that just made me feel terrible. Before, we were focusing so heavily on just upping our combat skill so that we could fight people and do dungeons better. And I wasn't able to combine these Landsraad tasks. That made it worse, at least for me. I don't know about you, but I'm currently in some tight work deadlines. Playtime's been very limited lately, but I finally moved out of Pellucidar. Very cool, dude. Yeah, I can get you some deadlines. I've had some moments there as well. My winter schedule as far as streaming was broken up often because I was just like, I gotta go plow, guys. I hated it. Hated everything about it. It's a little more stable now, though. But you know what? Make sure you get your work done. That's what keeps the lights on and the food on the table. So. Oh my gosh. Hopefully wherever you landed is a good place. Did you go to Splinter? Okay, so here we are, Smuggler's Run. Personally, it feels so good to do this again. I loved combining things and just like being in one place, knocking 3 different things out. Problem with it was we did go there. Cool. Um, but just being able to go to one place, knock out a bunch of missions, it doesn't work when you're trying to focus on a single skill category because it just spreads them out so much. Combat was nice because at least there was 2 missions that you could do over and over again on Blushing Cavern. The false flag strike and then something else. But those days are behind me now. So we're going to do this. I'm pretty sure I don't have any salvage metal on me. Oh, and check this out. We finally broke our Mark V bug treadwheel or sand bike. Broke that sucker down, and we got the 6. That's behind me. Oh my gosh, crafting. Oh, didn't bring any. All right, so if you come here without metal, first off, you're a dummy. I am. Secondly, though, there's some right here. I could scan it and break it faster and get more, but dude, 70 is going to be fine for any missions we're going to be doing here today. So we'll go to this, we'll go to that, we'll make ourselves a sealed recorder. Super fast construction. Pop it in the machine. Let's get going. I'm actually going to track this one so we get the timer. I would like to see them change this a little bit. The first time I ran through this, I didn't know it. Took a little while to get used to it. My times weren't super awesome, but we're doing pretty good now. We're ending with 40 to 50 seconds, and that was on my Mark V. I haven't done this on the 6, but at least I don't think I have. I would like to see them to where maybe you could do it at a harder difficulty where you don't have as much time, and maybe it'll count for more than just one recollection. Get back on track, sweetie. There you go. Oh. It is different. Love to know how that occurred. Not because I'm contesting it, just because that would be handy in some certain situations. I would love to be able to do that, like, purposeful. I'm never 180 on one of these things like that. Oh! Hey, thank you for giving me credit. This thing doesn't sit in the sand very well. He is quick to spin out. He's fast, though. Fast boy. If you're dropping F-bombs, I get in trouble. Been a long time since I've done this. 30. Normally I'll have anywhere between 35 to 45 seconds left when I do that, but that's okay. And not enough to get a skill, but we'll take it. Next is Fremen Finds. I did a short video on that one because I saw I was like looking at forums. People were saying how much they didn't like this because it's it doesn't give you the icons. Which the first time it's a little rough. But once you know where you're going, it's not too bad at all. I'm not even going to change out of the still suit. That's how much I disrespect all of you. Not you guys, the NPCs. Sorry. Oh, yeah. We gotta aim for that. Sorry. Haha, losers. Oh, I hurt myself? Yeah, but it's not so bad once you know the pattern. I guess you could say that about any game, right? Oh, I thought I overshot that one, boy. Boy. We actually have to put our shield on for this one. Might be able to sneak through that first one, but they are going to shoot at us this time. Well, I never looked, but I wonder if there's an easier... I think I can make it through any of this stuff. Yeah, no, it's all small. Come on, don't be doing that. Somebody's got a girl shot. Oh, he tried to poison me, you bastard. Oh, he did poison me. Be alright. Worse things have happened. Ooh. That me yellow? Gone through a whole lot of the toilet paper roll kits because these guys poisoned me, especially over in Masquerite territory, Misa Terrell. I don't know if it's because I have more hit points or what. Doesn't bother me anymore. They can poison me all they want. Same thing with fire. I used to be like, oh my gosh, I'm on fire or I'm poisoned. And oh, she tried. Oh, you tried, didn't you? Didn't have to be that way. I think when she stabbed me is why she slid over. But yeah, I used to always be like, I'm on fire, or, I've been poisoned, and oh, we had to make it stop now. Just another day in the dunes. Perfect. Oh. Feels like I'm forever stuck doing those combat missions. It, I mean, this was hard fought. I'm not gonna lie, but it wasn't so bad. What I would do when I was doing just the combat ones is let's just take a look and see what's available, right? So you got the Ghost of Sippo, you got Spring in a Trap, Grave of the Fireflies. So if I was gonna do it, I would do the Ghost of Sippo and see if there's other Ghost of Sippo stuffs and do them both at the same time. That's going to be the only ones. You could try to, there's another one that'll be up here for Ghost of Sippo. You could get that, clear that out if you wanted to, but reading the mail is going to be gone. Grave of the Fireflies. Yeah, I would do the Ghost of Sippo ones and throw this other one in at the same time. I did do that. There were so many times where I was like, dude, I'm not going to the wreck of the Taiki just to do a single mission. It's what I do now, though. Now I'm combining my combat ones into multiple trips. You're crafting 100 now, so those are behind you. Nicely done, dude. Congrats. I have not gotten 100 in anything. As you saw there, I was very close on combat, but I kind of took the throttle off because I want to be able to do, like, I'm going to focus now on crafting and exploration and gathering, kind of in that order. So what I'll do now, I'll actually take my own advice to where I've got a combat Ghost of Sippo, and I can go do a gathering Ghost of Sippo as well. Do both of them at the same time. I want to focus on crafting so I can do a reading the mail because that's going to take me to the Broodworks. But so will living off the land. And I think that's it, isn't it? Oh, so there. I can do a sabotage. I've actually started doing sabotage stuff. But we'll get all three of those missions knocked out. I guess it's just because I'm not doing the same things over and over and over again like I did with that combat push. That personally just did some damage, man. So I'll tell you what, we'll go ahead and we'll bring these up. I don't know if there's anything for any of these. Let's take a look and see if any of these mattered. I didn't see us. I got 0 voting power. I didn't even do any before everything was claimed. This is ridiculous, by the way. These guys need to do better. No, none of that matters. I wonder if I need a filter extractor. I wonder if I do. I've already started working on it, so we might stay with that. I don't think I need a Dew Reaper 6. I already checked the buoyant. I know I have a shy's tongue. So let's take a look at that. Collapsible Dew Reaper 6 and then a filter extractor 5. Let's see if we can remember it. Probably can't. Probably already forgot it. This will be the 5s, right? Alright, so we already have a filter extractor. And we already have a collapsible too, so they don't offer us anything. It's a shame, really. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to focus on here. I need House Alexan. So we're going to read some mail for House Alexan. And then we're going to live off the land. I don't think I have any of those people. Let's take a look. What was that under? That was under gathering. No points. No points. No points. No points. No points. My early days, I would have loved this. Because those Acaronian chest plates and the pincushion pants, just because I like collecting things. I really wanted to get like every set of armor. To have two of the pieces in the same achievement, that would have been great. Try it on the treadwheel to be hard again. You know what? I've seen people. I've talked about doing the treadwheel and the turns. I have never actually made a treadwheel. I've never even been in one. Maybe I should do that. If I do, I'll make sure we do it live. All right, so there's nothing in here that I really care about that much, except for House Alexan for that cutter array. So I just got to keep focusing on that. Other than that, I'm not too. It'd be nice to get a Taro. Yeah, let's do that. We'll find Waku. There's Waku. Get a Taro out of the deal. And then finally, that's Blushing Caverns. What's that? Oh, look at that. Kill their watchers, disable their vehicles, and burn their operations to the ground. Right now, I'm just happy to get that number down some. And since there's only two going that way, let's see. We'll do some spinette stuff. Don't even care. Should probably take off the still suit though, right? I think that'll work. Put you up there. Why do I have those? So I will finish off that Combat 100, but we're doing it now, just kind of throwing it in there with other missions that we're popping in. It's a much better way. The hardcore focus was garbage. It's also convenient that we're going right here because we're going to be going right over here next and then back home. So, works out well. Spent a decent amount of time thinking today's Wednesday. See, these are getting longer. I think it's just more people doing stuff. I'm totally fine with it. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm totally fine with the way it is now. That stuff starts to turn into a 20-second 30-second load times. No bueno. All right. So, eliminate snipers on the watchtowers. We've actually got quite a few things to do. So, reading the mail, we have to stick those specialized little scanner things on the towers, and we got to kill people. living off the land, we have to go to the garage and get some fuel cells. Then we got to go get water in the middle. This would have been real nice. We didn't have these. There is a combat mission here. Decapitation strike works real nice along with these. But all right, so we got stuff to make first. I gotta make 4 of these guys. Awful quick. And then we gotta eliminate some snipers. So let's just go do that. Time to get the good old Dune Watcher out, see what we can make happen. Oh, that's a long shot. That's terrible, man. I got that hit. Not what I wanted to do. We're not starting out well here. That shot was so far away that I wasn't able to get enough damage on this guy to start it out. We did that time, though. This guy's oblivious. I missed. Alright, so he's got a shield. So we're just gonna step off to the side. He did hit us. It's okay, though. Just because I don't want to deal with them. Don't worry, dude. You're fine. I can't aim tonight, so you guys are all in great shape. Hi. I could aim that time. Should be another one of you somewhere. There you are. Okay. Rest of them should be over there. Let's go ahead and start planting some of our little secret devices. I don't know why it sounds that way. It's kind of creepy. Thank you. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Guy was waiting for me, wasn't he? I mean, kudos to him. Oh, wrong tower. There you are. Be a long shot. Worked. Alright, so there's those guys. But I still gotta place a couple more beacons somewhere. Just gonna get rid of you. Only problem with doing it this way, like, for instance, I gotta go get a little power piece that's over there once I get this last, for that power generator. Once I put this last beacon up. But now that I've killed all the snipers, I gotta go over here. So it's running me all over this map. Like, I mean, I got nothing better to do. I think what we'll do is we'll go to the garage. Yeah, we'll go to the garage. Then we'll go all the way over there, get the first piece of the machine. Then we can go to the middle part. Well, we'll get to the middle part. Then we'll go to there. I have no idea what the... Oh. Sabotaging buggies. Okay, it makes sense. It's been a while since I've done the sabotage missions here.
Shield on.
Someone's
I
here.
need target found.
Come out. I've got cover.
Oh, look at you. Didn't know you made it out of that. Alright, so here's the first sabotage, and then here's the second one. But while we're here, we're going to go ahead and cut array these guys until the thing disappears. So now we know that's done. Now we got to go get some water. And the last step after we get the water is we got to destroy the ornithopter that crashed over there, but we're not going to worry about it. We'll save that for later. Oh, come on. Did it give me it didn't. See? I figured he interrupted. There we go. Now we've stolen water.
Someone here. Where is it?
Oh boy. I wanted to go down. Oh, hi. Okay, first thing I gotta steal. Hey guys. That's gonna get through, isn't it? Yep. My God. Okay, so it says to sabotage the first ornithopter. That's actually going to be here where the last part of the generator is. So I think we did this one in a pretty good order. Get up here.
Identify yourself.
Oops, sorry. Just cutting through, folks. Don't worry about me. Alright, so that's the thing for the generator. And let's go up here.
Reveal yourself.
I'm going to take the longest possible route.
Shields on.
Oh, divide and conquer. Normally they make it more of a fight, but hey, I'm not going to argue. So that's done. And if we go into our crafting menu, which is dangerous, but we'll do it. That should have finished everything off. For that metal, for the one mission. Now all I got to do is leave. We still have to blow up that ornithopter. I'm sorry, that ornithopter. And that's the mission we just finished. So, yeah, we're on target. So we got to get up here, which ain't easy. Not a real good quick way to make that happen.
Shields up. Where is everybody?
I lied. There's a very quick way to get up here. Unfortunately, this is also where you do the decapitation strike brings you up here, so still a good mission to do. Hey, I need you guys to not care about what I'm about to do. Okay? Thank you, everyone. Last step for this one. We gotta go all the way down here to a oh, down one more. That's fine. There's a lot of you down here. Okay. Go to this. And that should be exit the area. We just gotta break up an ornithopter and we're done. 3 missions. Out. Goodbye. If we were quick enough, these guys might still be dead, which will make this a whole lot easier. They're not. They're back to life. Oh, this is horrible. Don't mind me as I take forever to come down here. Oh, it's just the one back? I guess it's because of the timing. We gotta go quick. Break, 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 break. And now we are Supermaning our little behinds out of here. And it should be all 3 missions. Let's see. 1. Hooray. 2. Hooray. And 3. We finished all of those recollections? No. I have not. In fact, I should have just done pretty well. Yep, I knew I got something. Sabotage. Oh, can't believe I didn't pick up something in sabotage. This might be cool if I actually start compacting again. Well, at least we got one thing tonight. Increases the chance for better stats. Crafting augments. 2.5 is no bueno, you know? Smuggler's Run again? Doesn't really matter. Oops, sorry. Oh, we could do some Wreck of the Taiki because we've got 2 of them. If we're lucky, we can get a 3rd one to go and we'll get that done. But honestly, I get down to 20, I'll be happy. I wish there was another Dune. I never do this mission just because it takes a little longer and I'm going to cancel this and hopefully we can get another Simpo meeting. Ready? And it's Wreck of the Taiki. I'm not going to complain because that'll be the next thing that we do. We'll do this. We'll do this. And we'll do this. And that'll give us 3 missions in the same spot. Honestly, I'll spend more time there collecting things because you get a lot of irradiated slag from that mission. The Wreck of the Taiki is incredibly awesome. Just hit a minute. Right, so we're good. Ghost of Simpo is a great mission as far as combat goes. The rest of the missions up here are terrible. This one is no fun. Oh, this mission's terrible. Because you got to go to the ruins and then you got to get up in the air and go from little thing to thing. It's really not as bad as I'm making it out to be. It is actually, but it's not. But it totally is. One thing that kind of is terrible about these Simpo missions is originally they had like the story behind them to where we were trying to figure out what happened here, and we continue to do that every time. It jump screens. You'll see. So the first thing we got to do is come up here, this 90, 80, the one that's counting down. It's going to be a big piece of artillery that didn't go off when it hit the ground. So, of course, what's the first thing you want to do is run right up to it, stand next to it, like, hey, check this out. So we interact with it, and it goes to these cutscenes. Like, dude, a sleek missile was fired during the fall of Zimbabwe, but for some reason remains unexploded. Remains unexploded. It's going to go on. And you can tell where it's coming from. Yeah, I know. And then I end up having to go up to there, over there, over there. That's a lot of distance that we're covered. I'm located, I'm actually going to track the Doom of Simpo. That is the one that we just did. I don't need to track the ghost ones, because that is where you just find the raider body. I'm going to go through up to the point where I got to kill the ghost who's in the last building, and then we'll jump to another mission. And of course, why not, right? Alright, but we come in here and we look at Slouchy, and then we look at the drag marks, and calm yourself, dude. And we look at laying down hurt. And then we come over here to Slouchy number 2. And we come over here to Stabby. And then we hear crazy sounds. And come over here to this cistern. And we go look at a book. And there's a whole bunch of bad guys around, and it drops us into a reading rainbow menu. Not cool. But we're going to get away from all these guys, because we got to get up there. Please reach. Thank you. Oh, you bastard. I think I clipped something. Killed my momentum. Speaking of killed, man, I gotta drink of water here real quick. Okay, bye. So the first time I was doing these, I was like, dude, how the heck do I get inside of these dang things? Each one of them is different. The first one is the front door.
Found you.
This guy's not alone. Oh. He's got a friend somewhere in here. There you are. And they got a couple more friends, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, there they are. So we gotta come over here and pick this up, and then we gotta interact with this. She really wants to stab the crap out of me. Now she's punching me. You have got to go. Okay. So now that we did the first gun, which literally we just got to come in here and read this thing that I interacted with by the band. I got to come out here and go to that gun over there. If I didn't know how to do this, oh my gosh, this would be horrible. Could you imagine climbing? This one, I think we could go in the upper door here. Yep, look at that. There's just a bunch of mines on these. Okay. Maybe one or two bad guys. I don't know. I'm gonna come down here and look at this big old piece of paper. And now we gotta go to the last remaining gun, which is right over there. It's actually there. And that's where the Ghost of Sippo guy is. We'll go kill him as soon as we're done with this. This one, when I first did this mission, oh my gosh, dude, this annoyed the crap out of me. Because, okay, like the last one, nope, we can't get in through here. Like, okay, so maybe it's the front doors. So we run over here.
Shields up.
Shut up. And nope, we can't get in the front doors either. Okay. Usually it's a good sign if somebody's trying to kill you that you're in the right spot. Been waiting to do that this whole time. But yeah, if somebody's trying to hurt you, then you're probably in the right area. This is blocked. Those are just little flares, but this was open. The first time I came through here, I was like, okay, all right, no, it's all blocked. That's wonderful. So then I ran back out. I never had any idea that this was an open door. So spent all this time wandering around this stupid place. So it's okay, I felt better. I took it out on these guys. Oh no, don't do that. Thank you. God, I can't hit anything. So we have to recover the fire orders, which are... They're over there. Oh, they're in this little thing with the creepy face. And that should be it, right? That one's done. Before we can leave, we gotta go down there and kill a douchebag. Which is very easy from this angle. And it's on the way home. So. Ooh. There you go, he's dead. And we're out of here. 2 missions done. So Mad Hatter is in my chat right now on the game, and he says that this server is a lagging POS. You've watched me. You've seen me lagging. There's one, and then there's the others. Getting close to getting that combat done. I think half the time when you have somebody who's lagging like that, they don't understand their internet service provider, or they have some kind of a setup on their system, but it's just easier to say, oh, the game's a piece of shit. Not saying that they aren't. Every now and then I'll get lagged too, but I don't know. I'm not that far from DC. I'm far enough, but I'm not that far from DC where this is based, so shouldn't judge, but I'm not seeing what you're seeing, my friend. There's that false flag strike. No. Decapitation strike is the one I was talking about. Alright, so we're going to go to the wreck of the Taiki. Sure. Don't care. Yeah. And Energy of the Future. Awesome. House of Lexon. And we'll do some exploration stuff. Perfect. 3 missions loaded up in the same area. Before we leave Sippo, though, we have to go here. And I like to kind of, you know, be dressed when I arrive. So we'll throw the radiation suit on before we head there. That way, once we land, we just get into it and go. But this one we're going to dawdle. I normally don't dawdle. We're going to try to get in, get done, get the heck out, get my points. But we're honestly going here not just for the missions, but we're coming here in order to get some irradiated slag. I have a bunch, but I want more. Mm. Holy cow. Building large bases will cause you to lag. When I was in the same server as my whole big guild, there were some people built some beautiful bases, but they were very large, had a lot of pentashields, had those little solitos, the lighting and all that stuff. And I could actually lift off and spin, and as I came across where those bases were, I would get, the red packet loss. And as soon as I moved away from it, it would solve. So I don't think people realize that kind of stuff. I wonder if this guy has got himself crazy amount of building, and that's why he says it's so bad. Look at that. Look at how horrible and minuscule this is. We're going to go ahead and get some heat stroke. I'm going to pull the trigger for no reason. Look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least you get 500 from that. I will remember you.
Reveal yourself. There's someone here.
It's me. Oh, she did my trick on me. Look at that. Alright, we're gonna end you. So the worst part about this place is the radiation, but it's manageable. I am currently using the tactical radiation suit, super fancy, awesome. Not really, I mean, it's fine, but 93% radiation mitigation, but there's areas in this ship that you can go to where your radiation level, as you can see down there below my, or beside my Q skill, it will go back down. So, and I'll show you where some of those are if you don't know. If you do know, then you know where I'm going. First room I got to get into is that one. Not one of the radiation-free areas, but... Oh, come on. Ooh. I like it to stab them so bad. I guess their shield went down when they were shooting at me. Okay, so which one is it? Both of you. 2 birds with 1 stone. 7. I like that. This is awesome. And 3. So we're already at least at 10, plus what we got in the beginning. We're at 11. Alright, so as you can see, my radiation is still going up. But if we come in here, and we're going to deal with the guys on the ground because we don't like them and they don't like us. Alright, get you open, that's great. So we're getting to be about a quarter of the way on our radiation. We're going to come up here. Anything you got to open with a cutter usually will reduce your radiation. And there's some cool stuff in them sometimes. But here you can see radiation's decreased and it's going to go away. And we got 6 more of those. So that's pretty sweet. Oh. No, I don't have a mission in here. At least not yet. So we'll let that radiation go down and now we can explore a little bit more. I don't have to go in there. did you survive that?
Someone here. Right. Shield hard. I need help.
Oh my lord, lady. Nicely done. Lady's kicking my ass. And now I can't aim at her. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. She downed me. Mad respect for this girl. Holy cow.
Enemy uncovered.
Oh, beautifully done. You gotta sit down now, though. I'm gonna let her get back up.
Hostile revealed.
Access granted.
Jeez, that was good. That was good. Oh, I took everything. Didn't want it all, but I guess we're doing it. Let's see. These guys are the combat mission. I know I have to pull out the cutter right now, and we got to get this. As you can see that little indicator there. Now it just went away, so we don't have to get any more. But we got to come over here for a couple things. One of them is right here. That door falls on us. Grab that. Alright. Let's see, we gotta cut this thing open. This is one of the best boxes in this place, because not only does it have the thing you need for the mission, but it's got two of these. We got one out of that one, 8 out of there. Hell yeah. Okay, so technically, that's actually one of the missions that we have. We just have to craft the experimental power pack. And we got one mission done. Got 122 meters to go for that one, but this one, I think, is still in the same room. But we're going to cut this door open because you can see we're over a quarter on our radiation. Coming in here, not only do we have a mission item in there, but it's also going to decrease our radiation. Lets us play around in here longer. Take a look while we have a moment. So the energy of the future should be done. Exit the wreck. Sabotage, we just got to get the navigation, and in the shadows, retrieve the passenger manifest. So, just got to grab 2 more things in here, and I think that's going to finish us off. And so far, 28. I was hoping it'd be better than that. I like this as well. I mean, 28's not terrible. It's not good. This is where it gets a little weird because, like, this is the only thing I'm tracking. So that's my navigation Shigawire logs. But the other mission is going to bring up all the exits. So I'm not sure which one of these. I'm thinking it's this one. is my next mission step. Hi, I didn't even know you guys are in here. Hello. Oh, let's cut that one open, see what's in there, right? Not good at cutting the middle thing off. There's nothing in here. It's a mission item. Aw. That's terrible. Okay. That's the way I just came. No. Yeah.
Huh?
Hi.
I need backup.
Not gonna lie, I'm not entirely sure where I'm at right now in this ship. Oh, look at that. That's an exit. We don't want to go that way. Okay, I know where I'm at now. We're gonna go through here. Let's go up this way. And we also have another one of these rooms. Jeep. Oh, 7. Look at that. Heck yeah. Drop that radiation level and off we go again.
Someone's here.
Oh god, that was horrible. Gotta be careful. Getting a little too cocky after I got down there a second ago. That solved that problem. Only one. This is a great room, by the way. This is the ending room. Got a chest over here. 9. That's what I'm talking about. Then you got a big chest up here. None. And you got a mission item right here. And then we got another chest with 2. Got 10. The other ones. That's cool. And I believe down here there's another chest. Ew. That's 1. 1 more than we would have had if we didn't come down here. Okay, so everything else should be on an exit section. This should be the only thing that we still have something to do. This is the passenger manifest. So, 144. Let's just make our way out. Should probably reload since I don't want to run around this horrific ship with no bullets. Some of these places I never really took some time to look around. Looks like I didn't need to bother. The other cool thing is even after you've cut these open, you can go back in. Where do I need to go? Down in 93. Okay. Where are you sending me? Back in this room that I was already in? I think it's in here, and I already went in here, but honestly, it was before this step of the mission. Okay. Hello again. Can see these. It's already open. All right, exit the wreck. So all three of those missions are done. Once we head out of here, how did we do? 48. Not bad. I mean, we're not even here for this. I'll take it. 80 of the plasteel plates. Now, I don't know if that's. I'm getting that because of the skill thing where you get like extra stuff from chests. Because that didn't used to show up, and now it does. So I think once you get that, you'll start to be able to pull plasteel plates from this mission. Technically, plasteel plates come from deep desert shipwrecks. That's the most common place to get them. But once you get that skill bonus, this is considered a deep desert shipwreck. The hell was that? It's terrifying. Uno. Dos. And our third one. Alright, so I'm going to come over here and we're going to cancel that so that we don't die from the heat. And we're going to stand here for just a second. Oh. So we were at 29, we're down to 19. That's way more manageable. Got no issues with that. We didn't really move up all that much with anything. We're right on the cusp of level 96. I'm just going to kind of fill these in when I have the option to. Like, you know, we get 2 missions that take us to Blushing Caverns. I'll throw a combat Blushing Caverns, but I'm not going to focus on it anymore. We're just going to let this happen naturally for these last several levels. The issue with them is it takes like 600 and something in order to go from one level to the next. So like 97 is going to be a little more than that. You figure I get 125 per, so 4 of them are 500. I got to do 6 missions. It's more than 1 day's worth of the recollections just to get one level, and I've got to do 97, 98, 99, and 100. So that's like 5 days all in itself just to finish that off. Nah, to go from 96 to 100, I'm just gonna let it happen as it does. But like I said before, I want to focus on getting to 61 here, and then I'll be able to break some stuff up. And anything, honestly, because of that crafted durability, any points you get into that, you're going to benefit from when you make things. And that's what we're going to start doing. So I've got to work harder on that. Exploration. I'm at the point now, 56 backpack volume. It's not a problem for me anymore. So we're not going to focus as heavily on these. These are all good bonuses, every single one of them. But I just think I need this crafting to get way higher and let this one kind of trail behind it. After that, then we'll work on gathering, and then finally we'll finish off sabotage. I still haven't really found much of a use for sabotage. Just doesn't fit my playstyle, so that's where we are. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it. We just hit the 2-hour mark, so that'll work for us. Like I said, I thought today was Wednesday for the longest time, not realizing it's Monday, which really like a punch to the gut, because now I got 4 more days of work. Thought I only had 2. I'm not crying, you're crying. But yeah, I will be back on Wednesday. Not sure what we're doing yet. got to see what happens with life and all the world here. But hopefully we'll have some better skills and we'll be set up to do some crafting. So definitely not going back out in the deep desert. We achieved that mission wholeheartedly with great success. So, anyway, thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate you stopping by. We do have a video coming out on Thursday. It'll be out Wednesday for channel members. That's why I'm getting a little complaining. I'm getting a little. I'm not whining. Just complaining about something. Normally, I try to just be helpful. This is going to be helpful as well, but yeah, we're getting a little bit complaining. And then possibly got some cool plans for the weekend. I'm not sure. Still got another race video coming out, not including the one that's coming out where I'm complaining. Not complaining. It's valid. It's a valid complaint that many of the players out here have. It deals with the market. So, anywho, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate Rico and Gura. You guys stopping by. Who else was it? It was just you guys tonight getting chatty. That's fine. Doesn't bother me. But yep, we're gonna head out. Like, subscribe, share. Those things always help the channel. We are just a couple away from 800, and then that's just a couple away from 1,000. So, gonna be sweet. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, I will see you out there. Take care.